Welcome to LiveDaf, your online Daf Yomi Shir.
Shalom Aleichem, welcome back to today's Daf, Meseches Tamid, Daf Lamed. So it's over to the second parak of Meseches Tamid. Today's Daf is comprised strictly of Mishnayos. So B'ez Hashem will go through the second parak of Meseches Tamid, beginning with Amar Lehen HaMamuna. So it's around 10 lines off the top. The Mamuna, the supervisor, turns to the Kohanim standing there. He says, "Come on, let's go. Time for the pious, the lottery system to choose a lucky winner who will be involved in being makriv of the parshanut-torah-comment and all the associated activities. Amar lenu Mamuna, bayu, come along. V'hafisu. Let's do the pious to figure out the 13 lucky winners." Miha Sheikhet, who will do the Shechita on the carbon Tamid, Miha Zorek, who will do the Zrika of the Dam, and the Mefarish explains that along with the Zrika comes the Kabbalah, the receiving of the blood, and he goes and does the Zrika as well. Mimadash and Mizbeach Pnimi, who will have the privilege of cleaning out the inner Mizbeach of its ashes, Mimadash, and who will clean out the Esamanoira. Mimali Varm Lakevish, who will be the ones who will be transporting the limbs of the Korban Tamid over to the ramp of the Mizbeach. And there were several Kohanim involved in that, each one with his specific parts. HaRosh VaRegel Shel Yamin. One Kohen has the head of the Korban with the right hind leg. The next Kohen will be Ushtei HaYadayim, holding the two front legs. Next is ha'iketz v'haregel, the hind area on the left hind leg, v'haregel shall smile. The next kohen will have ha'chaza, the chest area, v'ha'gera, and the neck area. The next kohen will have the flanken, v'shteit fanis, two sides. Next is ha'kravayim, that's the insides of the animal with the keres b'nei mi'ayim. The next will be v'hasoiles, the flour for the mincha, v'chavitin, that's the minchas chavitin, v'hayayin, and pouring of the bringing the wine for the nesachim. A total of 13 kohanim, and the Mefarish explains it did not necessitate a separate pious per. Rather, let's say the mamuna would set up a number. Okay, I'm going to count till 87. Then we'd go through, go around, the circle, counting their fingers, 1, 2, 3, 4. Till he gets to his number, to his destination, and whoever lands 87, he's the sheikhet, and the kohanim alongside him, the next 12, comprise the crew of 13. Hefisu, they did the pious, whoever the number landed on, he gets the shechita, and 12 alongside him, Azaycha as well, Bazacha, Misha Zacha. And whoever was a lucky winner, he had the schus of doing the avodah. Amar Lahen. Okay, once they're ready to do the time, they have to ensure that the Zman, the right time has arrived, that the sun had begun to rise. Amar Lahen, the Munah turns to the Kohanim, he says, go out and check what's going on with sunrise. Suru, go take a look. Go outside and see if the time for shchita has arrived. If in fact daybreak has arrived, haroya, so the lookout would say, Oimer Barkai, it's turning light. Masyum and Shmuel, he had a different version. Oimer, he would ask as follows: could you please tell me if it's light all the way till Chevron? Here, the whole eastern horizon has lit up all the way till Chevron? And the respondent would say, yes, sure. Yes, sir. The reason why he would refer to Chevron, the Mepharshim explained, is because to be mazger the schus of the avos who were in Chevron, to arouse the merits of our avos, and that's why he would link it to Chevron. It should be a schus for the successful akrav in the Beis HaMikdash. Okay, so now we know it's time for the Hakrava, and they're ready to proceed. So actually it's a Rishalmi in Maseches Yuma, that to be Mazker Schus Yishenei Chevron. Next mission. Amar Lahen. He turns to them. He says, "Okay, time to get the lamb. Tzu, go bring for me a lamb. From the animal chamber. Where is that chamber? Nesuna. It's situated in Miktsaya at the corner. Which corner? Tzvainis Maravis, northwestern corner of the Beis HaMikdash. So there was that large chamber with 4 sub-rooms, and 1 per corner, and this was one of those. Arba l'shaka, so Hisham, exactly, there were 4 chambers situated at the corners of that Beis HaMikdash. Achas l'shkas atloim. One was the chamber of the atloim, of the animals. So we're going clockwise, starting from Tzvainis Maravis, clockwise. One was the next one alongside V'achas Lishkas HaChasamas, the one that had the tickets. So when you bring a carbon, you have to bring a sachem. It made it very convenient to have to actually be able to not have to bring your own. You can go to the Beis HaMikdash, pay for the package. You got your ticket, then you cash it in for a sachem, which were prepared, B'kedusha, B'tahara. So it was a very convenient system. That was the Lishkas HaChasamas, V'achas Lishkas Beis HaMikdash. The third one, alongside the others, was the Lishkas Beis HaMikdash, where Mepharshim explain actually had the fire, the warming fire, to warm the Kohanim throughout the cold weather. V'achas, and the fourth one, Lishka, was that room Shoisen Ba, in which they would produce the Lechem HaPanim on a weekly basis. Next, Nichnasu Lishkas HaKelim. So some of the Kohanim entered the room with all the utensils needed for the karbonos, and they brought out a full stock needed for the full day. They took out 93 gold and silver vessels. Okay, now they're back to the lamb. They would give it to drink with a golden kli. The point of giving it to drink is to ease in the flaying and the removal of the skin after the akrava. So they would give it to drink. The Mishnah says, although it was already inspected from yesterday, from the past couple of days, it was inspected already for 4 days. They would still do a final inspection to the light of their torches, just in case something occurred overnight. Next Mishnah. The 2 Kohanim who won the Zochus to clean out the Mizbech HaPnimi, the inner Mizbech and the the Hechel, and the clean out the Menorah. Haymakdimin, they would go ahead. V'dalad kelim biyadim, in their hands they would have 4 utensils. Hateni, which was a large basin. Vakuz, a pitcher. So the teni was to contain the ashes of the Mizbech. The pitcher was for the Menorah. Ushnim Avtechis, as well as 2 keys, give them access to the Heichel. Hateni, what does it look like? Doimel tarkav. Shalzav, it looks like a tarkav. A tarkav, a large basin which would contain 3 kav. That's why it was called tarkav. Tray, 2, the kav plus a third. Wasn't exactly 3 kav. We'll see. It was 2.5. So that's why it's doimel tarkav. Maybe doimel tarkav shalzav of gold. Machzak kabayim chetzi. This one would only hold 2.5 kav. Big enough for what they needed. Akuz doimel kitan gold shalzav, and the kuz was like this large golden pitcher. Shtem Avtecha is plus 2 keys. Why 2 keys? Echad, 1 key, shu yired ba'amas hashechi. You would have to stick your hand all the way to the armpit and sort of open from in a roundabout way, so the lock wasn't straight away, it had to be reached in. And the next key was for another lock which was directly accessible. They approached the large entry to the Heichel, but they didn't open the large doors right now. It wasn't time for that yet. Rather, it had 2 service doors, mini doors, one to the right, one to the left. They approached the one to the right. So entering from east to west, Safin is to your right, and that's the pishpish, that's the entry door, that's the service door that they approached. In fact, the Shar Gadol had 2 mini doors alongside it, achas bet safin, one to the right, achas bet darim, one to the left. Shabbat one to the left was not accessible to anybody. Nobody was entered there. That was a place for Shechina. which was described by Yecheskel in his vision, Hashem tells me, this gateway, keep it closed. Nobody enters. It's Hashem's domain, it remains locked. So that was out. Rather, they approached the right one, so he took the key, he would reach in, sort of with his arm, like we said before, and he would reach in behind to open the door. From there he goes into this cubicle, which stood between him and the Heichel. And then he goes from that cubicle into the Heichel. That door would be opened directly, straightforward. Once he's in the Heichel, he circles his way back to the large entry to the shar from the inside, right? He's on the inside now, he's going to open from the inside. Once he gets to the large entry, the large gate, he havers a neger. He pushed aside the neger, that's the bolt, that's up by sochais, and the locks, and he opened the door from within. So the sheikhet would not proceed with the shechita of the korban tamid until he knew the gate was open. Until he hears that the large door of the heichel had opened up to the requirement before shechita. Says the Mishnah, it made such a loud creak, all the way from Yericho, which was far away, how Yishem, they would hear the sound coming from the opening of the doors. Kol shar godosh niftach. And some explained that it was a miraculous phenomenon because really it was so far away, and something special about Yericho, which connects to Yerushalayim. In fact, we know that Yericho was the first city, the first area that was conquered upon our nation entering Eretz Yisrael. There's some sort of chashiva, some sort of significance to Yericho connected to Yerushalayim, pivotal locations of Eretz Yisrael, hence the relationship, the linkage between the two. What else was heard in Yericho? They would hear the sound of this instrument played in the Beis Hamikdash. Likewise, they would hear the sound of the cymbals clanging, which Ben Arza, the conductor, would use during the shir of the Levim. What else would they hear all the way from Yericho? They would hear the flute. They would hear the sound of Gmini, the one who would wake up the Kohanim. Get up, it's time to serve Hashem. He has such a loud voice. They would hear all the Yericho. What else? They would hear the pulley, the sound of the pulley system used to lower the kior with its water into the underground well. Cotton fashioned this wooden pulley system, muchni, this wheel, this lakir, and they would hear it all the way to Yericho when it was activated. They would hear the sound of the shir of the Levim as well. They would hear the shofar blown by the Kohanim during the Karbonis as well. Some add another item to this long distance hearing list. Kagol would call out Hashem's name. First, they would hear all the way to Yericho. What else would travel to Yericho? The scent of the besamim as well. They would smell all the way there. Reyach pitum akteres, the smell of the akteres from the Beis Hamikdash. Amar Lazar. In fact, I have a personal story. Amar Lazar in the Gloy. My father owned a flock of sheep. In this place called Arei HaMichvar, and they would sneeze due to the scent of the Ketores coming all the way from the Beis Hamikdash. They would sneeze mereach from the scent of pitum akteres. Next Mishnah. Hey, Misha Zocha b'Talmud. Whoever was Zocha to be involved in doing the shechita of the korban tamid, mashchay, he would pull the lamb, v'hoilach bebeis hamid b'chaim, ulebeis hamid b'chaim, to the place in the Beis Hamikdash alongside the mizbeach where they would process the karbanis. U'mish zocha b'yibarim, halchin imay. And the ones who were zocha to transport the ivarim, which was going to be the next step, they come along with him. So everybody is going together as one, and they're helping him, push the animal along. So it's the sheikhet, the zoyrek, everybody going along. Now, Beis Hamikdash, where was this Beis Hamikdash? Well, let's finish on this Mizbeach. That was to the right of the Mizbeach. Again, when we speak from east to west, Tzafon is to the right. What was situated Mesa Mitbachayim, V'olav Ches Amudim. On that area there was 8 posts, non-nosim, short, urevoim shel erez agabeim, upon which were perched these revoim, these squares of cedar, these wooden, which had hooks, hooked into them. V'unkloi shel barzel, these metal hooks, hayu kvuin behen, which were hooked into the, installed into these blocks of wood. V'gimel storm chol echad ve'echad, each one had 3 rows of hooks, shebehen toilim afshitim, which was used to hang the animal after shchita, for a flaying, al shulchan shel shayish sheben amudim, when the animal was placed sort of hanging, but then placed also, the lower part was placed on the shulchan shel shayish, and these marble tables, which were situated alongside, between the posts. So they had the posts to hang the animal from high, and the lower part was resting on the table, which were aid in flaying and skinning the animal. Let's go back to the other Kohanim. Whoever was Zeich to do the cleaning out of the Mizbeach HaPnimi, Nichnas, v'notos ha-teni. He would go in with the teni, with the basin, v'nichel afanav, place it down before him in front of the Mizbeach, v'hiya chayfen, he would scoop out the ashes, and place it into the basin of Achroina. When he's holding it the last little bit, 2 little, for a scoop, kibed, as Hashai would sweep the rest into the container, but he would leave it there for the meantime, yatsa, and leave the premises. The one who was able to clean out the menorah, nichnas, he would enter, the heichel, matzah, beis, neiros, maravias, dalkin, would find the 2 more western ones still burning, meaning he was meant to leave those alone. So basically we know that the hatava, the cleaning out of the menorah, took place in 2 stages. It's based on the pasuk, according to one shita, that the pasuk speaks about babayker, you do it in 2 stages, babayker, so you meant to split into 2. And once you start, you do most of it, you leave just 2, because at least 2, you have to do at least 2 at a time, neiros. So you do 5 and 2. So 2 you leave now, madashan sashar, clean out the rest, maniach say leave these 2, burning, dalkim and kaiman, you'll come back for them later. Let's say he encountered them extinguished, so he cleaned them out, and like a little clean out, just to pick off the ash, just to, not a full clean out, so they can relight it in the meantime. And you light them using flames from the other candles. Then he puts out the other ones, cleans them out properly, and later on at phase 2 he'll clean out these 2. There was this sort of stepping stone in front of the menorah, which had 3 steps, upon which the kohen would stand and clean out the neiros. Now he has this container, this pitcher with the remnants, the ashes. He puts it on the 2nd step, and he's done for now. He leaves the premises pending his return later. Okay, okay, so we discussed the summoning of the Kohanim to the pious, which was meant to identify the 13 lucky Kohanim involved in processing the korban tamid, preparing the heichel, the mizbeach, and the menorah. They had a lookout, checking for the Aleis HaShachar. Masi ben Shmuel would add a reference to the Heilige Avis in Chevron to be a schus for the avoid of Klal Yisrael on that day in the Beis Hamikdash. We had the 93 kalim they used throughout the day. We discussed how the kohen would go in through the side door to open the shar of the heichel from within, which now activated the akro of the korban tamid, and phase 1 of the refreshing the mizbeach hapnimi and the menorah. All the best to you and atzlach.